Shit, y'all. We back with another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, KlyphNotes.com, all brought to you by ClyphWorks. That's the new situation. Hey, yo, this one's been coming. This has been a long time coming. Have an opportunity to chop up with these cats, man. Two dudes who have been doing some work in the Portland scene for quite some time. Now I can say, well, it's been a minute now, but my fellow radio hosts here at XRAY FM. We got Shaydo, we got Danny Ocean. What's good?
Thank you.
Oh man, it's
Once
an honor
again,
to be
seriously,
on,
man.
for real.
Come on,
Already.
man. Listen,
It's an honor.
it's really dope to be able to chop it up with y'all because you guys have done such an amazing job of being curators and supporters of the Portland music scene in many ways. I mentioned radio, but not just on the radio, in terms of live events.
Yeah.
And then saw all the ancillary, not even ancillary, the other things that you guys do with podcasting and other radio situations. But I want to go back. I want to take it back to the roots, man, and just talk about like pre what you guys do as creators, like just the connect. Because you guys like rock with one another. It's easy to see y'all rock with one another hard.
Oh
man.
yeah, for
You
years.
know what I mean? So like, how did the like what's the history of the connection?
Me and him, we met ages ago in let's say 8th grade.
Oh, word. Okay.
We've been best friends since then, and it was like right when I moved up here. At that time, I moved up from Memphis because it was like from Chicago to Memphis, but then I was back and forth from Chicago and Memphis for years, and then we just finally moved up here because at the time my stepdad or whatever, he got promoted his job and it led us up here, and he worked for the Urban League.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like a VP at that time.
Oh, word.
So,
Okay.
so then, but me and him, we lived out in Clackamas back in the day, and so like that's when
Across from the mall. Shout out
Yeah.
Town Center.
Yeah, shout out to Bus 72.
Word.
Because I used to have to catch that bus every day to like from the Town Center Mall to Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a long ride. I don't know if you
Yes.
ever caught that bus. But
Yes.
It's a long ride.
Yeah. It's a long distance. You know what I mean?
That
That
bus
part.
is a tour of the city.
It really is.
From like the suburbs to Swan Island.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
But the like early on, was there a just a connection when it came to music? Like you
Yeah.
guys,
Oh
like
man.
vibing on the same.
Yeah,
same
we
music?
vibe right away with the music. He was like on the same page. He put me onto some stuff. I put him onto some
He
stuff.
gave me my first Big Daddy Kane tape. It was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
dub tape.
Yeah.
And that was really like when I was like, whoa, this was a whole new level to me at that time. you know?
Yeah.
So it was like ever since then, that's been my favorite rapper. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Kane, man.
Yeah.
Long live
For
the
real.
Kane.
Come on, man. Ain't no half stepping.
Word up. The sort of the when I think of my journey, then coming up, just listening to music, and then how I got some of what I feel like brought me to this place was I listened to the radio all the time.
Okay.
Being here in Portland, what was the avenue that you guys got access to the music that you listened to?
So, as we were younger, and even around the time Shaydo came up here as well, this is probably when it started. On K-Boo, they had DJ Fresh. That was basically it for hip hop in the town. Jamming didn't exist yet.
Right.
So it was DJ Fresh and the Fresh Connection. And he would come on and they had him on like Sunday nights at 10 o'clock or whatever, basically on K-Boo. And that was our hip hop. That was our chance to hear hip hop in the city, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was like an AM R&B station and stuff, but as far as actual hip hop, that was it at the time, you know. So that was how we heard it. That was before XRAY came and Freeform and all that came.
Right. It's so crazy because that's one of the things that always interests me, not being native to Portland, to hear the histories of people who came up here. You know what I mean? Hear the history of music, but art and community here in the scene. And Cable has obviously been a staple for a number of years, bringing, so many of the people who I've gotten to know. I think the first person that I knew, that I talked to, that I understood doing things at Cable was DJ Kez. Shout out to Kez, 360 Vinyl back in the day. And then Larry Cool Nuts was there, and so many other people, Crenshaw, people who did work to build up that station. the in terms of so now y'all are curating, but in terms of the creative, you know, when y'all was coming up, like I know when I was coming up, you know, I was rhyming a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was MC, went through my various MC monikers.
What was your MC name?
We gonna leave that alone.
Come on, man.
And then
that's the best part.
Of course, then got into production and then into DJing. But when y'all were coming up, you know, was y'all doing creatively?
He was a little more serious and advanced in it than I was. He actually did radio way before I did too.
Okay.
And he had a rap album and stuff like that. Whereas I released a maxi single that I pressed up myself.
Yeah. I remember that joint, yo.
Yeah. I did a lot of hype man for like Relentless and backed up Shaydo a lot and that kind of thing. So he definitely had a more serious career than me.
So like, is this stuff that y'all play on your show? Or what, you know what I mean?
Some of his stuff still comes on the station. My stuff is, I gotta like track it down. They took it down off MySpace, right? You can still see the links that they're broken.
Yeah. You gotta upload.
Is that the only way?
SoundCloud.
That's the only area where it's at.
I have it on some CDs somewhere. I have a couple.
I think I might got it on some CDs. I think I might got it on an actual drive.
Oh, word?
Somewhere.
Okay, we might have to bring them back.
Dust that drive off though. It's like a drive I don't even use no more.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Come on now. Since Shaydo, you were one who was maybe a little bit more focused on that. Like, was it a career aspiration, or was it just a cultural thing? It's like, this is just what we do.
That's a good question. For me, I think it was a little bit of both. But it was a weird split. I'll probably say like a 30-70 split, honestly. Because it was like, this is what we do, 30%, but 70% was like career.
Yeah.
Especially when I started making money off of it, I was like, career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I left a 9-to-5 to like do that pretty hardcore, and I made some good amount, you know.
Okay.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But I just had that young mindset, you know, at that time, and I just crashed it all down. But, you know, life choices, and you learn and you grow from it.
Yeah.
But no, early on, like I remember, because everybody probably can attest to this, but like you probably was with a crew in high school, and that kind of gives you your first taste of it, and you do a talent show or two, and you like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started. I used to be with this crew back in the day, man. The upperclassmen, that's what our names were.
Okay.
And then they wouldn't even, like, I could MC, but they wouldn't let me MC. I was like the DJ for them.
Okay.
So I just DJ, but I was like, yeah, I can spit too. They was like, no, we just want you behind the wheels. So I understood Kanye, man. I felt him on that level, like nobody want to hear him rap. Like, man, I can really rap, man.
Yeah.
Nah, you got beats though.
Yeah.
You stay behind there. Yeah. So then that dissolved, and then I started doing my own thing. Then we had our own group, Fourth Degree.
Shout out to
Jay Fahrenheit and Sideview, right?
Shout out to my old manager at Burger King, Adrian. Adrian Wright, who some people might know, was my manager at Burger King. And I remember Cool Nuts came up in there, and I'd hear Cool Nuts on K-Boo, and so to me, it was like a star when Cool Nuts came in or whatever. But so it was cool. And he would come in there. He knew my manager, and the manager was like, well, we got a record label. And I said, well, we rap. We brought up a tape, and we like gave him the demo, and he was like, man, I don't know what was going on there. He was like, I heard you say Burger King in your rhyme, though.
I gotta hear this tape, bro. I gotta hear this tape.
You were on it, yeah.
I don't remember it, though. I gotta hear it. Was it the Fourth Degree one? Is that the one?
It was like not the one we had recorded at Straight Lace, but like
the
one we had like done on like the tape player, basically.
Oh my God!
Like
I could never now. I don't want to even hear that now.
So we were probably high school age at this time, and I worked at the Burger King by Lloyd Center.
Didn't know it was guerrilla then. It was guerrilla recording.
But that's the thing though, man. People don't get it. I mean, mind you, I'm old here, but you didn't used to just be able to go to the homie studio who had a digital setup and you could record and it sound, quality. At the very least, it sounds, the recording itself sounds clean. Like that's what it was. You knew somebody who had a 4-track and you would dub that to give you 8 tracks or 6 tracks. you know, and you dub it again, and the quality would go down, but you'd get more track. I mean, that's what it. I mean, it was all real, like you said, you know, and you'd press up your CDs, and I did it, bro. I got the label maker, and I would get, the, you know what I mean, print up the labels and put it on, and get the clear shells and all of that, bro. I mean, that's what it was, and I think doing that work helps you appreciate it to a certain degree, you know, because it wasn't as easy to just, you know, like I said, just press play on your iPhone and.
Oh no.
Get me started.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like back then we were like recording. You probably spend like good $5 to $10 grand just to like, you know, studio time and you know, get professional quality, you know, whatever. Or if you was trying to buy the equipment yourself, now you just spend like $200 to $500, and you got like what we had back then that we spent G's on.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
or your phone, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, now you can do so much on your phone. I mean, for me, the way that I got into the studio is I just did an internship. So I was interning at a recording studio, and after hours when they were done with clients, I could just hang. And so there, you know, I'm in there making beats and you know, we record and this, that, and the third, and yeah, man, those were the days. So
those were the days.
So, Danny, you said that then Shaydo jumped into radio prior to you. So how did you transition from being a creative the way that you were to being a creative in terms of radio?
Oh, well, I don't know. Radio been like in the family like forever. Like my granddad was like a DJ for, what was it, WDIA radio station. It was pretty big in Memphis.
Okay.
And, dude had gold records. I remember walking in his house. He had gold records. And it used to blow my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be like that.
Okay.
You know, so that lit a spark in me when I was young. And just watching him go in the station, watching him do his thing with all these people, like it was cool. And I was like, man, people are really on another level, like a different kind of vibe doing this stuff. It's pretty cool. So that kind of thing sparked it, and then like from there, it just, you know, it just grew. Just like seed was planted, and it just grew from there. It's wanted more.
And so then, in terms of radio, where did you start? Like, what was your first foray into actually being a DJ on the radio?
Oh, like when I actually got to speak. Yeah. Oh man, it was like we was at a college radio station, you know. It was in my boy. He had his own show in San Marcos, and we go record on his show. And that was like the first time when I did radio. Yeah. Because I would come down from UT from Austin and then go to San Marcos to be on his show. Yeah. And that was the first time I was on the air, and that's many moons ago. I don't want to say the year, but it was many moons ago, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and but it was fun, and it was like, man, I want to do more of this. And then it just grew from there. Like ever since then, I've been on the air in some kind of capacity.
Yeah. And then I know, Danny, you spent a lot of time on the radio at PSU, and I think when we did the interview on Welcome to the Neighborhood, you talked about it a little bit, and that was one of the things that I really knew of you when I got to meet you and see you doing things, that you were doing things at PSU. How was that journey for you getting on the radio?
I wanted to be on the radio, just like Shaydo. I didn't have like a DJ in my family, but when I was a kid, I would listen to the radio, and like I thought it was cool. Like they had the Z100 Morning Zoo here, because we didn't have the hip hop station, but I just like how they were goofy. I wanted to be that kind of like even though I don't see myself as funny, I wanted to be that kind of like comic relief on a radio show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I also would listen to stuff like the Top 40 though, and I would even admire like, you know, serious radio people like Casey Kasem, because you could respect it. You know? He's like a legend or whatever. You know? So that kind of thing. So when I went to PSU, I transferred from PCC, you know, transferred to PSU to get my bachelor, and then I was like, they said, oh, anybody can be a radio host. And I was like, look, I'm anybody. That's like literally what I said. Right? I was like, I want to be, and I bothered the lady, like I you know, I can do this. I've done podcasts, you know, I've done a little bit of online radio. I'm ready to go now. Just get me into training, and I want to like go. And I pushed up my training and got on like by November that year, whatever, right after the school year started. And it was just rolling,
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. So Shaydo was the unofficial co-host because only students could do it for free, whereas he would have to pay. So he would come on. A lot of mine were during the school day, and he's working, you know, and I'm taking day classes, but he came on a lot.
Okay.
During that,
It was fun times.
So was that really the genesis of you guys doing radio together? Was your time at PSU?
Well, the first was we did online radio. So prior to Spin 503, we actually had early online radio stations on also through the Live 365 server called 503 PDX Radio.
Okay.
And then we had the Spin 108.
Then we changed it to
right?
Spin 103.8.
Was 103?
Oh no,
it was 108.3.
108.3. Yeah. It was
Why
a joke
108.3?
because the dial doesn't go that loud.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like the next frequency that would be there.
Got you.
Because it was an online station.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there wasn't a lot of audience for it back then. I mean, we did okay. There wasn't, we just, at that time, Jammin' had turned into like a different station. It was called like Wild. There was no hip hop really going on. That was like a dance and hip hop. They had Cool Nuts on Sunday night.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
And so we were like, well, maybe we can do something here with it. But it didn't really Live 365 had an issue and they had to kick off a lot of the stations or whatever. And that was a couple years before we went to PSU.
Okay.
So that was my first foray.
Yeah.
And then also doing Shaydo's podcast.
Got you.
Yeah.
So which podcast was that? Because, bro, listen, man, I be trying to do a little bit of background. Man, y'all, between the two of y'all, man, y'all got 15,000 different projects that y'all be working on, bro.
It feel
which
like
I think
that.
is dope. Is dope. But my Lord, man.
Yeah, there's some things that...
Yeah, we got a lot. It is crazy. All right, so to even pick up from where he left off, well, when we were doing the Spin 108.3, I mean, we made some noise on there, and it birthed us the Happy Hour show, and then what was it? Like, they changed some of the laws on the radio or whatever, and then, so after that, we went video with it, and that's when we started going TV, and we put that on YouTube. But it started out as a radio show, and then it grew into a podcast, and then it turned into a YouTube thing. But yeah, it was like the evolution of that show, and it just kept going. But it was pretty dope, though.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun making it, but it's just wild times, man. Just how stuff like works out.
So you had the Happy Hour show. You had,
so you want us to run down and list all the shows, or
bro? Because I was trying to look, and
Oh, he was trying to do research. I like it. Hey,
I'm trying to be a journalist.
That's good. He does
I feel it. Respect.
So run it down, bro.
Yeah. So the Happy Hour show, that was probably like the first major show that we were doing, and then that turned into the After Hours show some years later.
Okay.
But we do the After Hours podcast.
Okay.
And then of course,
so the Happy Hour show is the television show.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Which started as a podcast.
A podcast, and then it turned into TV.
Okay.
And then afterwards, because we would be so hyped from drink, because you have to drink on the show, and so like it's just hard to just cut it off. And like we would leave the equipment on, and we'd just be talking, and like every time I'm editing, I'm hearing us saying like the most wildest stuff. I'm like, man, this should be part of the show, but it's not video at all. It's all audio. We couldn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We should just have like an after hours kind of thing to do like after we're done with the Happy Hour, because we're winding down.
Right.
We're still hyped.
Right.
We're just winding down. So
right.
then the After Hours podcast was born, and then that's how that came to be.
Okay.
But then like we do the radio show together. They gave us a show, and that all started from when he started at KPSU. And
so we should let's talk about that just a little bit.
Okay.
So KPSU, and then you guys were on Freeform.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
And
that's when we could both officially be on.
Yeah. So that was sort of the next.
Level.
The next level. Yeah. Because then you guys on FM radio, not necessarily connected to the education system of PSU. And then I also want to point out that I want to say thank you for having me as a guest on the show when you guys were on. That was dope. That was very dope. And then transitioned from Freeform to XRAY.
Yes. Which I wanted to come to XRAY when we were back at PSU.
Yeah, he did. He was saying that.
A girl in one of my classes had an XRAY sticker, and I'm like, do you know someone there? And she's like, look, the wait list is like 50 people long or something. And I was like,
he was.
Yeah. This is my senior year, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm already older than a lot of the college students. I don't want to be that guy still at the college station, but I still want to do radio.
Yeah.
Freeform was like, yo, we'll take you.
Yeah. It's really cool to see, at that time when those signals became available, and you had this sort of flourishing of community radio with XRAY, Freeform, and then what was the other one? PDX.
Oh, PDX Radio Project.
Yeah, PDX Radio Project.
Yeah.
Those three in particular. I think there may have been some others, but those three in particular that, are really doing some cool things in terms of serving the community. But then I cut you off.
No, you good. You good. You hosting.
But so then the after hours, and then y'all got more stuff.
Yeah, but what did I say? They gave us a show, right?
Yeah. They gave us a show, yeah.
He used to do a movie review show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, Is It Real? Yeah, so because believe it or not, as in depth I am with music, movies is my first love. Like straight up, I love movies. I love acting, all that and stuff like that. So that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
But music is just really easy to get into than film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's wild. You can just do music solo.
Right.
Film, you need crew.
Right.
To make that all work.
I just want to make sure I understood. You said you love film, you love acting.
Mm-hmm.
You love watching people act, or you love acting?
Both. I was in acting in school plays and all that stuff, and some extras in movies and the whole nine. Yeah. For a little, I was giving it a go.
This dude, little Renaissance dude over here.
He has an IMDb page.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Word?
IMDb, yeah.
Mr. Holland's Opus, right?
Yep, Mr. Holland's Opus. The faculty with Usher and some other stuff. Guys, it's like and some plays, a lot of plays.
Yeah.
But it's gave me. I mean, like, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a great outlet.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And it was a passionate thing I have.
Yeah.
Still do.
Yeah.
So, and I write movie scripts. So, anybody looking for, some scripts, I'm sitting on a lot of them. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Have you connected with, in Portland, there is
the Film Society here?
The Portland.
I go to some of their events and functions and stuff like that. Yeah, so I do try to tap in with them.
Yeah.
I get the emails, and I try to go to that. So yeah, I'm in the scenes.
Yeah, I just had an opportunity to do an interview with Devin Boss at the Black Podcast Festival, and watching what he's been doing here in the city, and in doing some research for that interview was. I found that there is I mean you hear about major films that are filmed or television shows that are filmed in Portland, but I didn't realize how big of a scene, stuff that you may not even necessarily hear about in that grand scale. There's a lot of film work, it seems, that happens here.
Oh yeah, it's tons. Sure. It's tons. Like Portland's like the new hot spot right now for filming, straight up.
Yeah,
has been for years actually.
It seems like it. Yeah, it seems like it's just if it's not on your radar, you may not know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like it really spiked when that. God, I don't know if you remember this. That show, The Leverage, when they were.
Oh yeah, my wife watched it regularly.
Yeah, they filmed that up here and stuff like that, and like that's when it starts spiking up after that, and then they did that Grimm and all that stuff. And they still going to work here.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's all the stuff that you guys did in terms of curating. And continue to do. But the other thing that you guys would regularly do, I'd regularly see you out at events, hosting events, supporting events, sponsoring events. Yeah. Was that something that just felt natural? Like what sort of prompted or drove you guys, or even create? I mean, like I know Danny, you were hosting an event regularly, the R&B night, right?
Yeah. So
the hip hop fighting cancer.
Yeah. Jordan asked me.
Yes.
He had originally, I think, wanted someone else to host, and he's like, "Can you step in and do it or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can definitely do it, and I'll give it a try." So, yeah. I felt awkward at first, even though I've been on the radio. I'm like up there, like I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different, and then I'm like, but yeah.
Yeah, all eyes on me.
Yeah. After a while, you get used to it. I'm sure you've done a lot more hosting than me. So.
Yeah. But it's just like anything. I tell people all the time. I have artists who you see on stage who have so much energy and so much charisma, and you get them in front of a microphone where it's just you and them in a recording studio, and they just shut down.
Well, it's a difference. It's a whole nother animal.
Yeah, it's just the flip what we talking about.
Because all right, when they're MCing and stuff, that's a script. You wrote that, you prepare, you rehearse. When you're doing this, you should prepare and kind of do a low key rehearsal. But a lot of people don't. They just go out there and just wing it. And 1 minute could seem like an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
So that part.
When you consider that, then when you consider what you guys have done with everything that we've touched on and many more things that we haven't touched on, I'm curious what your vision is coming up, what your view is coming up here in Portland, and then where we are right now in 2025 when it comes to the music scene here in Portland. Like, how do you see it now?
Okay, no, that's another good question. But I am envisioning definitely being into the community a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have like the BRE, which is the Body Rock Entertainment, and that's like all of our shows and everything falls under, and we want to bridge that way we go out into the community, do events. We also want to like teach the youth, like do like give them like radio lessons, film lessons, TV lessons, things like that, and sponsor a lot more shows and events as well, and do all like business things as well, like helping out like small businesses with more marketing and promotion and things like that. But yeah, we definitely want to try to get more intertwined into the community and like help lift it in a lot of areas, and bring some light to like a lot of things, as well as like educate people and things like that. Yeah. So yeah, we trying to get out there and do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a lot of work, but we're out there and we're trying.
I was gonna answer that different. I thought he was more asking how do we view like how the scene
hey.
is now.
Oh, I thought you were like in the future or like what you're going for.
Not, take labor.
It's
open conversation.
Yeah, all right.
Conversation. What you gonna say though?
Yeah, go ahead and add to it.
Because that is actually what I was asking. Go ahead.
Oh, you were asking what he was saying?
I was asking what you about to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that so when I started doing the show at PSU, what I noticed is wow, there's really some dope people coming up. I had heard of like Mike Capes, obviously, and like Rashid Jamal was doing stuff, and I knew of obviously Cool Nuts and Maniac Loke and stuff like that. But like I really realized, there's a lot of people just starting out of them doing for just a couple of years. There's talent, and so there really is talent here for people that haven't come here. And I don't just mean in hip hop. I mean in R&B. For real, there's a lot of talent. So yeah, people don't really expect that maybe, but it's here for sure.
And to really bridge both of those answers, one of the things that one of the reasons I asked that question is because I see what you guys are doing for the local hip hop scene. Every week you guys do a radio show here on XRAY FM, and every week I see you bringing in artists and bringing in artists that you're introducing me to. Okay. Like I'm seeing these names of people, and I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Which for me is dope, because as someone who is a curator and who's someone who has really for years worked on providing that platform for people, I see that you are doing that in a way, and when you do it the way that you do it, where it feels very welcoming even from afar and organic, it warms my heart, because that's what I've tried to do for so many years. So you guys, I see, are carrying that forward. And when you talk about the things that you want to do in terms of being out in the community, what I see you doing is you're starting to build up a reputation, so that when you are in the community, people can see, oh, no, this is what you guys do. This is just an extension of what you do every week on the radio now, but what you've also done through the years, and all the things that we've talked about through podcasting, the radio show at other places, being out and hosting live events. It's just, kudos to you. Know that what you were doing is seen and recognized,
right on.
and appreciated, because I've had conversations with people throughout the years, and the thing is, what artists could really use, aside from financial support, if you're watching this and there's an artist that you're connected with, buy their merch, buy their music, go to their shows, buy their tickets, all of that. Yeah. But what they could really benefit from is just an opportunity to be an artist. You know what I mean? And so my thought is, if I can be the promoter, or if I can be the salesperson, or if I can do the things that they don't have to do, then they can just be artists. And that's, we look back through history. That's why we know so much about so many cultures throughout the years, because there were artists who told their stories. So at any rate, man.
I like how you put that.
Yeah, man.
So
continue
eloquent.
to do what y'all, that's what you do, baby.
We learned it by watching you. Honestly.
That's love.
Get a man his flowers.
No, when I was at PSU, okay, so when I started at PSU, I just want to say this real quick. I was gonna do like just a little, like I'm gonna play some reggae, some hip hop, maybe some rock, whatever. I felt going in, I thought, okay, there's gonna be plenty of young people with hip hop shows. They don't want to hear hip hop show from me. I got there, I realized Kira was the only one doing a full hip hop show. There was one other dude, but it was a themed show. Shout out to Ray though. And then Kira was doing the show. She was getting guests on. You know what I mean? And I said, how do you get guests on? Because no one's asking me. She said, you got to ask them. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and go to shows and make yourself known. And then I was listening to your show, and I would hear a lot of artists from you. And so, like, really, that you and Kira for sure, like.
That's what's up.
Bro, you would like Stretch Arm and Bombito all in one. Because you would have like a bunch of people in your studio. And we're like, how? Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, go ahead. Man. I just want to say that real quick. Like, dude, how you get so many people in there? Yeah. You always interviewing, it seems like.
So I'm not like we're going to copy DJ Klyph, but I was like, I wanted to copy you in that. I wanted to provide that for artists.
That's what's up.
Obviously, when you hear our show, we're different. We're a little goofier or whatever. And you have a dope music selection, I got to say, by the way. I listen to your show, and every episode I hear something I haven't heard before.
Well, I haven't heard in a long time.
So I just wanted to say that to you.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. And thank you for tapping in, bro. I know you tap in on the regular, and I mean, that's love, because the way that I see it is, even though I don't think about it, realizing that I'm an OG, to see that, oh, I did plant some seeds, and I see people are, you know, again, continuing with that. I mean, it feels good to know that the things that I've done have been impactful enough that people paid attention to it, and they see value in doing what you guys are doing. So thank you, man. That's love. I don't, you know what I mean? I will accept those. I will accept those compliments.
100%.
You are doing a project with Spin 503, man, that is how many years old is it now?
Ooh.
20.
Was it
22?
Yeah, was it 2022 when we launched Spin?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Right
it's coming up on the anniversary of September.
Okay, word. So it's a big anniversary situation.
3 years. The 5 year would be the big one, but every year is important. So we do a little something.
When you think about all of the stuff that you guys have done, and then the times that we are in, how did the pandemic impact what you guys do? Because I know it impacted me and how I do things.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like crippling for a minute. Because I mean, you couldn't go to, there was no events. Everything just stopped. And that was our whole thing. We were going out to events and, you know, booking interviews and or live interviews right on the spot, you know, at the events and things like that, and getting info, because we like to really meet the artists before we like have them on the show. That was like our huge thing. And then like can't meet nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I guess it's just music. But I let him go.
100%. I was at home, and so that's when I started my solo podcast that I don't keep up on because I couldn't I'm interviewing my daughter basically about snacks and the horse
I
toys.
remember this. I was crying. Hey, that was good though. It was funny.
And I took up bartending and this kind of stuff, and because it's this, we're all inside, you know, and it's, you know, I'm watching all the movies I haven't watched and that kind of stuff, and so I just did my own podcast. It just made me think outside the box. I think that was what helped us think maybe we could do a radio station. You know what I mean? And we can try to give that another try. We saw the royalty laws had changed enough to where Live 365 and other services like that, radio.co, were letting people host again and stuff like that, online stations. So we gave it another try.
So what I'm not familiar with that. So what was the situation prior to? You said that things changed?
There was a royalty law that was passed.
That's what made it
about 2015 that like impacted a lot of smaller online stations as far as how much they were being charged. You know?
Yeah, they got bought up by all the big boys like Clear Channel, right?
Yeah, so Live 365 was bought up, and now they just have an owner that has basically the infrastructure to pay the royalties enough, to cover the royalties enough so that if we're paying into the royalties, the artists are getting paid for playing the songs on Spin. So you are getting paid. ASCAP, BMI, CSAC,
if you're published and registered, yes.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I remember when the pandemic happened, one of the things that I thought was, I'm really anxious to see what creatives do with this. Yeah. Because everybody is locked in the house, right? And so are we going to see, when things open up, are we going to see some amazing art come out? We're going to see these amazing projects because people couldn't do nothing but create art.
Yep.
And then just to see what else happened. I know for me, because we couldn't come here to do the show, to do our shows live for a minute, it helped me transition to, for those of us who could, we were able to transition to broadcasting from the house. And when things opened up, we could start coming back in, and I started coming back to the show, and we had to mask up, even when we were here on, on the station, and it was, I could do interviews with people, but it was, we were all masked up, this, that, and the third. And then wifey was like, man, I kind of miss when you was here at the house. And so now what's happened for me is, I got 2 interviews that I'm doing tomorrow, one with an individual who's on the East Coast right now, but I get to create that video live stream that I can do now. So now every week I get to live stream my show and send the audio to X-Ray. So I'm still doing the FM thing.
Right on.
So, almost taking a page from what you guys are doing, just having different accesses to the content that you're creating. So if people tap in audibly, bet I got you covered. If you tap in visually, bet I got you covered. I love, because the fact of the matter is, I've learned you have different audiences, depending on how you're presenting that content.
That was a wild time.
Yeah,
we were doing a lot of like outdoor interviews and
we
going
were
to people's houses. We did an interview with Kayla J at Irvington Park. And like her cute little dogs running around. These kids are playing basketball at the other end. You hear all this stuff on the interviews. Just wild stuff like that. Yeah.
But you're capturing that moment, and how dope is that, right? Because it is truly a moment in time, and you celebrate not just the fact that you interviewed this person, but you interviewed them when the world was where it was at that time. Yeah. So when we consider where we are right now, you said there's an anniversary coming up of Spin 503.
Yeah, September. Yeah.
You guys have some plans to do growth in terms of community work and building with folk. What's the vision for you, say, in the next 12 months? Where do you see yourselves? Where should people look for you to be? When we're sitting down again in August of 2026, if the world lasts that long.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a different landscape for us, for sure. We'll definitely have our own full-on setup, office, building, that whole nine. This time next year for sure. And we'll definitely be having our shows thriving in the way that we definitely want, and definitely will be we want to definitely have some events going on during Hip Hop Week too, coming in next year as well. All sponsored by Spin 503 FM and Body Rock Entertainment and the whole nine.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
because I saw you about to bring one of the video shows back, or one of the podcasts back.
The happy hour show,
the after hours,
or the after hours. Okay, the after hours. Yeah, yeah. We started recording.
I'm excited about that. I love doing the podcast. Radio is cool, and I love radio. It's my first love, but
you're
podcast
limited.
is no commercials, no songs. The language isn't limited if we don't want it to be.
No FCC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's
free
freeing about that. We could talk about whatever and talk as long as we want because there's no music, which is nice.
Yeah. It is interesting that it is. Podcasting has become what it's become. I was talking to DJ Ambush just the other day, getting ready for the podcast festival, and I was telling him, when you said that you were doing interviews outside, it took me back. The very first episode of Klyph Notes, which at the time wasn't called Klyph Notes. And you go back and listen to it, it was at the time it was called DJ Klyph Presents.
Okay.
I did an interview with Jay Orobi, or Jay Orobo, or Jay Orobo, Robo, yes. And it was the first. He's not a MC. He's not a singer. He's not a DJ. He's just this creative mind who I met. He came. I want to say he came through with Solomon, who used to go by Stewartville, and I believe. And I was so intrigued by what he was talking about, and I was like, dude, I would love to capture just this conversation. So exactly what you said, right? Because I can do interviews on the radio. We can do for so long, but people are tuning in to listen to music for the most part. And didn't have a spot, and so he had a friend who had a house, and they let us set up a couple chairs in their backyard, and I bought my portable. I felt like I brought my laptop and some interface, and we sat in their backyard, ran an extension cord out, and recorded the very first episode.
That's dope.
Of this podcast right here, which is crazy.
I love that.
But yeah, the creativity of being able to do this, and I look back now, that must have been 2014 maybe.
Okay.
And where podcasting, maybe, I don't know when it was, but and where podcasting is now the
You know what's crazy?
No one wants to hear you guys' relationship takes.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
The men versus women thing needs to stop. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, so saturated.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like her. I don't like we. Hey, whatever. Everybody got
We want to
problems.
be fun.
Give
you
me
know
a
what I
break.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we steered away from that. We always have.
Yeah.
And then, that's funny because me and him was just talking about this like not even like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah,
And we were like some OGs when it comes to podcasting because like was it 2012?
like 2010.
2010.
2010.
Yeah, dude. And like back then, you didn't. It wasn't easy to just get your stuff on. It was hard. You had to get like some kind of licensing number and all this stuff. It was wow. And like
We were on
Podomatic. Yeah, that was the only. That's what everybody was getting
Yep.
on. That was the
Yep.
only way back then. It was wow. And so we was like, yeah, dang. From what that was then to now is so different.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't be having podcasts if it was like how it was back then. That's
Well,
for
it's
sure.
funny too, man, because when you consider,
They would have tried it and then just gave up because they wouldn't have been able to put it up for that.
because I don't know about y'all. For me, creating the podcast was an extension of what I was doing, which was, man, I'm just doing it for the love, and I'm doing it for.
Mm-hmm.
And now that corporations are behind it, people are getting into podcasts just because it's another revenue stream.
Yep.
And the unfortunate part to me is what you guys are speaking to. Like, people, just like television and movie and this and the third, how can I get people's attention? How can I be as excitatory and inflammatory as I can? Just get people and the quality is not the quality of the way that it's produced, but the quality of the content to me is like, come on, son.
Yeah, it's saturated.
It's rage
You know
bait.
what I mean?
Yeah. Clickbait, rage bait, the whole nine.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right.
So, but I do appreciate the fact though that on the flip side, people who are truly creative I vacillate back and forth because I do be like, man, does every professional athlete need to have podcasts now?
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Like, does every actor, when they're not filming a film, need to have a podcast? Does every, like, come on,
Listen
man.
to me.
Right?
I kind of like the Cameron and Mace one.
I haven't listened to it.
Oh, I don't even know if that's a podcast. I don't know what that is, but it's a beautiful thing. Whatever they got going, I freaking love them, man.
Yeah.
It's just
Cameron
chaos.
and Mace is so good, dude. I love it. It's just raw.
The clips that I've seen, I mean, I feel like it's just it's two dudes just.
Yeah, it reminds
talking.
them.
BSing
Their
about
show
sports.
reminds them of us back in the day.
Yeah.
It really
word.
do. Cause we were so like that.
Yeah.
Just real raw.
It would be like if we got really lit and tried to do Sports Center or something. It just turns
Yeah.
off into opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny. They're
Yeah.
roasting somebody on there.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I loved when I saw him on, what was it, CNN? Oh my God, bro. He
Yeah.
was like, why am I on here? He said that on camera. I'm like, yo, you can look at it. It was wild. Like, Cameron was like, who booked this for me? He was just saying that, and he was just hot on CNN.
That's interesting.
Like, yeah, that dude's wild. I
That's
love it.
very interesting.
Very wild.
Yeah, it's but the crazy thing is that, and and I'm just gonna sound like an old dusty head, but for me that's a part of the problem. Like, yeah, why are you on CNN? But that's what our news outlets now have become.
Yeah.
I can't turn in and get real information. Like, you're a news station and you're trying to be an entertainment situation. Like, come on,
exactly.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember this, but there was this show called Newsroom. Did you ever hear or watch
Mm-hmm.
that show? But what was it? Aaron Harkin, right? Is that
I'm not
Soaking, something? Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but that show was on a level, and it kind of explained the domino we're living in now.
Yeah.
And this show was like at least 10 years ago, and it was like talking about how it was already slipping in, and like and what it was going to be, and like the very thing they said in that show is what it is now.
Yeah.
Which is wow.
Yeah. Do you guys think at all about what's happening right now with the changes in funding for nonprofits, for non-commercial?
Oh, you mean like with the way they cutting the grants and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. I think about it because, being on a non-commercial radio station and understanding that funding for stations like this comes from the community, but also And I mean, some of this, there's all of this above my pay grade, but I'm sure that there's federal grants that support stations like X-Ray, and I would imagine KBOO and
The whole nine,
all of our community stations in the
KPSU,
KPSU, our jazz station here. People who do some of the talk radio, talk about how important it is to have stations like this, because there are those who don't want us to have the free. I hate this, sounds so cliche-ish, but they don't want us to have the freedom to talk about the real, as they try to control the media. And I feel like that's an extension of what we were just talking about. You've got these news stations now that are not. It's all like, sleight of hand. Like, no, don't pay attention to what's really happening. Look at, let's make you.
100%.
Yeah.
And then the benefit of not only having the radio stations, but having the podcast where we have the freedom to talk about like the real, and what's happening out here in these streets, I don't know, a little thought bomb to just say, when you see people who are doing things that are solid, like these cats, man, definitely want to encourage people to support.
Yeah, and don't forget, this guy's a Star Award winner here.
That's right. That's right. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, Danny.
You're a Star Award winner.
Speaking of that,
2 Star Award winners.
Yeah, listen, the Star Wars is coming up. I don't know when I'm dropping this, but the Star Wars is coming up at the end of the month on the 24th.
Oh, okay.
At the Reeser, Patricia Reeser.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the auditorium.
Went through a production meeting. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fire.
Right on.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be
nice
next
venue.
level.
I've seen that venue. It's very nice.
It's an amazing venue. It's shout out to DJ OG1. This one is going to be just a sort of the next level, leveling up on this. And so
I like this.
If you are a Star Award winner, if you have ever been to a Star Award, if you've never been to a Star Award, if you're new to the city, if you're a fan of music, if you're a fan of hip hop, if you're curious about the music scene, it's a free event and it's all ages. There's no reason not to be there. In a dope venue.
Artists should want to be there.
Artists should absolutely be in the room for real. There's gonna be amazing performances. There's gonna be. Listen, I read that they just I guess they're going on hiatus. Both the Soul Train Awards and the BET Awards are going on hiatus. So come get your fix at the Star Wars, the 24th.
Ooh, that was
the
reset.
I like that.
Come on. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be.
So we went to a night market there, and it really is a nice venue. I just want to say real quick, for people that don't go out there, they do like the Nutcracker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like some of the same stuff that's downtown.
They do it at that.
They're doing out there too.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the holiday shows.
It's on the level.
Traveling stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, the shows that they've had there are all different singer-songwriter type stuff. Like you're saying, theater. So that just gives you a sense of what the venue is like. It's dope.
So is this going to be like the first one that's outside of Portland?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the first one.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he's in Butte. That's the closest thing, the next best thing. So.
Yeah, man. It's just just continuing to grow, and I'm excited for people to see what it looks like. Your show, you got correct because you had to correct me, bruh, because I was still saying midnight. Now they gave us a show is at 11.
We moved up.
Yeah, we moved up.
Yes,
we moved up 1 hour.
Okay.
And it's a huge difference. I don't know why it is, but it is.
We're so much more energized.
We really are.
11 o'clock versus
midnight.
Yeah.
And then places are still open when we leave. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. We can still go eat something.
Yeah.
What do you guys have lined up for? And again, I don't know when it's going to drop, but when do you guys have lined up for guests coming in?
So we got
Dub Dynamite.
Dub Dynamite is coming back on. Shout out to Dub Dynamite if you're listening. He did a donation to our show, which we then directed to the X-Ray Antenna Project. But they did a show, and he raised a good amount of money that went towards the X-Ray Antenna Project. So we're going to give him his flowers for that when he comes on. But yeah, we got Dub Dynamite coming on.
Nice.
Actually during Hip Hop Week on the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, we TF Ivan reached out about coming on, so we're gonna have him on coming up. So yeah, in the future, Mike Capes is supposed to come on a little closer to when his next project drops. So look for that. And D-Boy LTD will be coming on.
Okay, that's what's up.
But those are all unscheduled at this point.
Yeah. That is so. It's so dope, man. That's so dope. The move towards doing things sort of at a next level, next scale, what you guys have described for going into 2026 sounds like opportunities for people to support in a very tangible way.
Yes. Spin 503 is a commercial radio station,
Yes.
which means we're in the red. Not a lot. It's mainly paying for royalties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're not, obviously there'll be more costs later when there's an actual permanent studio space.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are a commercial station. We do sometimes air commercials, not as much as the FM stations, but that's what we're trying to compete against, only online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. A lot of the podcasts will be connected. It's all under Shaydo's brand, BRE Networks, and so that owns the station and stuff like that. And so that's what we're looking for. So definitely you can support. Tune in. You know what I mean? And you can hear artists that you can support them when you hear them on our station. One dope thing about Spin, I want to say real quick, if you're listening on the media player, whether it's on our website or on Live 365, if you're an artist and you like them and has a shopping cart thing right next to every song that plays, you can then go to iTunes and buy the song or put it on your Apple Music to stream.
Love that.
There you go.
Love that. Yeah,
You heard him.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
it. I don't know which one I'm looking at, but do it.
Yeah, I got them all running because I don't know which one's actually capturing this. You feel me?
But yeah, but the BRE network is really a network. It does a multifaceted of things. I mean, like, of course, like the radio everybody knows and the TV. But it's along with that, the multimedia marketing and coming up with strategies and plans and things like that. We do that as well. And then other stuff like bartending, DJing, the whole nine. So it's multifaceted. It's a lot of things under that umbrella. So that's why it's like the BRE networks, because it connects all of that and it's all under one umbrella. Yeah.
It's cool to see that being represented in so many different ways. And I don't want to. I'm glad that you said that because I don't want to gloss over that, to let people know like it's a whole conglomerate of things that you're doing, which I think is really dope.
Yeah, and I need to get on it and promote that better. And like I've been taking my time with like really just putting stuff together to launch on the actual page and then let it run loose after that. Yeah. But it's all coming soon. It's all coming. It's all coming together. I'm almost there.
No doubt. Shaydo and Danny Ocean. If there was a way that you were going to tell people, listen, this is the entry point. This is where you should tap in. What would that be? Because we've talked about so many different things that you guys are doing.
Oh God.
Like somebody who's like tapping it for the first time.
Yeah.
Where like what's the first entry point?
Oh, definitely hit us on Spin. You'll hear our personalities for sure on that station.
Okay.
We like to go live a lot, and of course we got shows that's on there as well. Shout out to Knox. They've been.
Oh yeah, Not Street Collective. Shout out. Yeah. Shout out to Shrista. She's got the late lyrics playlist on our station. So.
Yeah. So yeah. Definitely a good way to tap in. And then from there, you can just go wherever.
Yeah, and that's why I say that, because I feel like that's what we all need, right? We need to figure out where do we tap in, and then from there we can see all of the other things that come out of that.
And I think a lot of people are doing it, because I'm seeing like tons of like submissions coming in and things like that, and people reaching out. Give this guy his flower. I gotta give him his flower because he be handling it. And he coordinates and works with all that, and like, man, he does it. It's amazing. It's impressive. But I see a lot of it come in, but he's tackling it all.
It's so funny to me, and I've always felt this way, even out at events and this, that, and the third. For someone who does as much and is supports as much, but is as present as you are, Danny, you are like the most humble person, bro. Like,
facts.
Just super. Like, I'm in the background. I'm just gonna do my thing, which is cool.
I try to be that way. Can I be unhumble for a second?
Yes.
No one can see me in this whole state at Mario Kart. That's where I'm unhumble. No one.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it so much.
Let them know, bro.
Oh,
let them
God.
know, for real.
I should
Yeah,
have
let them
saw
know.
that coming. I
And
should have saw that coming.
Max Smith, you don't want to see me at Tekken Tag, I promise you.
Okay. I
Man,
think
we
that sounds
talking
like a challenge.
We talking Tekken. A lot of people don't want to see me in that game or Mortal Kombat.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
Like, we need to set up some sort of a.
I smoke you don't want right
Okay.
there.
Hey, there's a new like arcade situation around that just opened up someplace.
There's a new one.
I think so.
Well, I went to a big one. They have a big one out in Hillsboro.
Yeah,
that one's
that
been
got
around for
voted
years,
like the
though.
best arcade in the country.
Yeah, people just now catching on to that. I've been going there for like the last 3-4 years or something.
That place
Actually,
is crazy.
5.
So my kid has his birthday there, and it's
Yeah.
just wall to like head to toe comic and video game memorabilia, and
It's
there's like so many,
everywhere.
not just pinball machines, but video games.
Yeah.
Like, endless.
Okay.
It was
You ain't
crazy.
getting through it all. And it's cool. You get the band or whatever. And
Yeah.
you come and go as you please because they don't have like food and stuff like that in there. But they got food carts and restaurants all around, so you can go do your thing and then come back.
Yeah.
So it's
So it
nice.
sounds like that's gonna be one of the events y'all gonna set up a tournament out there.
Oh,
Turn it
look at them working it. Look at them working it. Look at them working it. Working it.
Get some DJs out there. You know
I
what
like
I
this
mean?
I like this a lot.
Right.
Yeah, we can make it happen. I'm really good with coming up with concepts and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
that wouldn't be hard to do.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay,
No,
we're gonna
it's
be
not a
looking for
bad
that.
idea
We're gonna be
at
looking for
all.
that sometime in 2026.
Yeah, yeah.
If people want to tap in, what's the best way for them to tap in with y'all? They just want to, if they want to follow the journey, if they want to reach out, what's the best way to do it?
Yeah, definitely social media platforms
Mhm.
for sure. I mean, you can hit me up on IG. It's Shaydo, SHAYDO with the underscore. And from there, you can click my link tree and just take you everywhere. That everything that we do,
Yeah.
I do for sure. Like, yeah, I think I have like just about the links, and then if you want to even go down memory lane and hear my album that came out years ago, you can hear that too.
There it is.
So yeah, it's all up on there.
Okay, and Danny?
I got a link tree also at PDX Danny Ocean. Yeah, you could same app for the Instagram, but I'm not, Spin 503 Instagram, Spin 503 Radio. Catch us on They Gave Us a Show. But yeah, the link tree goes to the podcast and all that. Follow me on Pinterest though.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
we
can check out my
put
drink
that out there.
recipes,
Okay, that's what's up.
stuff like that.
That's what's up.
They're
man.
not my own. I just like collect recipes on there. But
Gotcha.
Man, I really love coming up with drink recipes. That is so fun for me and relaxing. And,
Yeah.
and I get to taste it and drink it. So
I mean, these are the kinds of things you guys will talk about on
the happy hour
the
show.
happy hour show?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
100%.
So yeah, we have guests over. Man, a lot of our guests are favorites. Honestly, man, we got blessed with having really good guests on our show. Straight up. But like one that stands out to me the most was having Vocab on.
I thought you were gonna say Rambo Rich, but the vocab one was good too. Yeah.
Rambo Rich was legendary. Let me get to that in a sec. But the one with Vocab, because Vocab was wilding out on our pregame. He was like, I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Yeah.
He was like, the pregame is crazy. We ain't even got to the show yet.
Yeah.
And so by the time we got to the show, he was lit. But it was good times.
That's what's up.
Rambo.
Shout out to Rambo Rich. I ain't
Shout out
seen
to Rambo
in a
Rich,
minute.
man.
Yeah.
God bless him. But yeah, when he was on, it was that peanut butter whiskey that got him.
Oh,
yeah. And we had sponsored by Screwball. Shout out to them for sponsoring us that bottle. But yeah, that got finished on the show.
The Never Seen Marcus Macaulay episode was great. Bad audio. No one's ever got to see it, but it would have been one of our best ones.
Yeah, that and the Millennium. Yeah.
Shout out to Millennium.
Same thing. Bad audio on the Millennium one, and that was a good one too.
Yeah, it was.
It's interesting. I have a couple of episodes that I've never released due to bad audio. That I might actually be. I am going to be releasing some stuff on my Patreon. Some podcasts that have never seen the light of day. I'm going to be releasing past episodes of Welcome to the Neighborhood.
That is smart to put it on your Patreon. Make them pay to see that stuff.
Well, and these things, because all the original episodes, the first 3 years of Welcome to the Neighborhood, are not available anywhere anymore. But the way that we did those radio shows is I would record them and then we will upload them. So I have I'm talking about episode 1 of Welcome to the Neighborhood with interviews. The crazy thing is, before he was Millennium, when he was Kenny Mack, he was one of the first guests that I ever had on Welcome to the Neighborhood. So we're talking about 2000 and Nah, I don't even remember how long ago.
Long time ago.
All of those early episodes I'm gonna release on my Patreon. So you get to hear episodes with you know, with so many people earlier in their careers.
Right on. That's cool.
The T&E episode before Tote and Calvin Valentine.
Oh wow.
And them started doing their stuff and Ep before they were doing the journey that they're on right now. When DJ Wicked was on.
Yeah, I saw him at the DJ Jazzy Jeff show.
Yeah, Wicked opened for Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wicked is.
Shout out to Jazz. He got it in, dude.
Yeah. Wifey and I saw him a couple of years ago. We were
Right
gonna go.
on. Was it at the Do-Over? Is that where you saw him?
Well, we saw him at the Do-Over, but then
Okay.
we saw him. He was at 45 East several years ago.
Oh, okay.
saw him,
Okay, so
yeah.
it wasn't his first rodeo
Yeah,
there. Okay.
yeah.
You know, people came dressed up like it was the 90s up in there and stuff like
Oh,
that.
word?
It was lit, bro.
Yeah.
It was like they were filming the Fresh Prince show in there, man. That's what it looked like.
That's crazy.
I know. I was like, where'd you get the cross colors? I was wilding out over there.
People
like,
dug in their
it looked
closets,
like
man.
it looked like it was brand new. That was
Yeah.
like, where did he get it at?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
driving me crazy.
Yeah, to be able to see artists like that in the city is dope.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what happens to in these next couple of years with these new venues popping up.
Oh, at the Lloyd Center.
Yeah, the Lloyd Center.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to that.
It's very indie.
Yeah, really
I like
looking forward
it.
to that. And then also, whenever the Doug Fir is able to get all of their licensing or whatever done, and the Doug Fir comes back,
Is that why it shut down?
I'm hoping
they moved.
I'm glad you said
moved
this.
in. Okay.
Yeah,
because there'll be a lot of artists that don't come here that I feel like we don't have the right size venue that skip us, like Jill Scott. Jill Scott, please come here.
yeah.
Oh,
That's like my dream
God.
concert.
Yeah.
Jill Scott,
I would
Ari
lose
Lennox. We don't get to
mine.
see a lot of these
Yeah,
people.
I see
They
her.
don't come. We get like the Rose Garden level or we get the Roseland level.
Right.
But there's
with
a
these
big
new
level in
venues,
between.
I think we'll be able to see more shows come through. I think the Lloyd Center joint is not supposed to open until 2027.
Because they're converting that theater, right? That's what they're doing. The
It was
movie
the
theater.
Nordstrom's.
No, it's Nordstrom's.
Oh, they're converting the Nordstrom.
Yeah, they've already started construction. They demolished it.
That
All three
Nordstrom's
levels.
was nice.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be multi-level. I think that'll be dope. And then the Doug Fir, they moved into where Montage was. So that's where the new Doug Fir is gonna be.
Oh, over there by the City Liquidators. That
Under the bridge.
yeah. Why they move that?
Is it
Man, the
bigger?
Doug Fir had such a beautiful stage setup. That sound
Amazing
quality in that
sound,
place was
yes,
amazing.
yes. So it's gonna
Why
be
would they
curious to see.
leave that?
I don't know, bro. I just live here. I don't know.
That blew my, and the lighting in
Good
there,
answer.
man, it was so dope, bro. That was a vibe, that place, and the way
Yeah.
they had the bar. I'm like,
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
we
we'll
see,
what
we
the
see,
new
yeah,
spot
yeah.
looks like. And of course,
above our pay
we
grade, right?
We all know that we all know that Live Nation's coming through and they're gonna build their spot. So that's gonna be another venue, and because of who they are and the connects that they have with Ticketmaster, that's gonna bring artists here. So,
Yep, for sure.
For the,
That's
for the
the
good or the
truth.
bad of it, we're gonna get
Yeah.
to see some shows. So a lot of changes over the next couple of years. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
man, change is coming.
Yeah, man.
Real talk. Thank you.
Listen, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all one for being on the podcast.
Man, thanks for having us. Seriously.
Thank you for once again for what you were doing for the scene, creating these platforms for these folk, man. It's definitely needed, and it's appreciated through all the platforms that you guys have, man. Just thank you. Thank you. for what you
Thank
do.
you. That's how I feel like I don't want to say to you
Appreciate it.
though. Like honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, for real. You've
Listen,
been
bro.
doing it for a minute.
Hey, I think anytime we can use our platforms to uplift others and be in support of one another in doing it,
Yeah.
it just makes it all feel worthwhile. So I appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, man. Let's keep pushing and helping this local scene that was here before us.
Yeah.
Continue to thrive, continue to grow, and
Yeah.
continue to encourage people to support it.
It's definitely grown since the early days. I've seen it, and it's a lot better.
Yeah.
It can still get better, but it's
So much
it's on
more
its way.
options. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
part right there.
Shout out, as we're saying that, thinking about even before. Shout out to Albino Music Trust and everything that they're doing to let a voice of a lot of old school artists be heard now with modern technology and the amazing things they're doing in terms of supporting those artists who never really were able to get their royalties and this, that, and the third. If you're not familiar with them, please check out Albina Music Trust for the amazing work that they're doing over there, and some of the things that are still in the works that I'm excited to see come to fruition.
We got to tap in with them, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. That's it, man. That's another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast.
We don't get to give no shots and props out of name.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's so
You got
rude.
a
It's
shout
his
out.
show.
Go ahead.
Oh my
Go
God,
ahead.
man! I'm
You
just
shout-
asking
nah,
a
you
question,
shout out. Go ahead,
man.
bro.
Like,
I'm
dang.
thinking about y'all. I'm trying to watch the clock.
Fuck your shout out.
All right, you know.
Go ahead.
All right, fine.
No. You don't put it
No,
up.
give a shout out.
Go ahead now.
I'll give some shout outs too, real
Yeah.
quick.
All right,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you know me. I gotta give a shout out to the whole commission. You know, well, first of all, shout out to DJ Klyph, man. Seriously, having us on his platform, this is huge. I've been a fan for a long time, and this is an honor. Seriously, thank you,
brother. My pleasure.
Shout out to my guy here, Danny Ocean. Dude been trooping with me for years. I don't know why, but he's still been trooping. Shout out to like everybody that's ever listened to any of our shows. Seriously. And then shout out to the whole commish, whole team, my dudes, Tanae, El Capitan, Jinx, Dashay, Nook, Tree, Big Chief, Snipe, Dirty Red, Scipio, Printai, PDX Relentless. Shout out, man. Can't forget that guy. And man, Keys gave him some big love. He got his flowers from Keys, Loaded Kitchen, so that's dope. Yeah, just shout out to everybody and be safe out there.
Word.
I just want to say shout out to all the like radio hosts that inspired me: DJ Klyph, DJ Fresh, Cool Nuts, OG1, freaking Christina with the K, Daria, Casey Kasem, all of them, man. I don't even care.
I love it. I love
Marvin
it.
K-Boo. Man, shout out to everyone, like all the dope radio hosts that have come before me, Juma. And I just want to shout out to my guy Shaydo. Shout out to Klyph again. Shout out my guy PDX Relentless, JB, Dave, Dennis, Archie, all my people. You know what it is. Thank you for having us on.
For sure, bro.
Seriously.
I don't never do shout outs because I have a horrible memory and I'm always
We rattling down a list.
I'm gonna say shout out to Wifey because she's been holding
Hey,
me
that's
down.
the only shout out that
You know what I'm
matters.
saying? That's the only one y'all getting.
I
You feel me?
missed.
He said, "Oh no."
Yo, man, once again, man, thank y'all for tapping into the Klyph Notes podcast. Check it out everywhere you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, klyphnotes.com. And then remember, you can check me out every Saturday night right here at XRAY FM. Shout out to XRAY FM for hosting this episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. But you can check me out 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every Saturday night. Check out, they gave us a show every Friday night at 11.
Yeah.
And so much great programming here at XRAY FM. And then just be sure to check me out at djklyph.com. Be on the lookout for No Requests every fourth Sunday, unless it's not the fourth Sunday, at White Eagle Saloon. Me and DJ Ambush just playing Golden Era Hip Hop. And again, if I release this in time, be sure to pull up for the Star Awards on August the 24th at the Patricia Reeser in Beaverton. All right, y'all. Until we have an opportunity to do this again, y'all be blessed. Peace.